Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome. My name is Kalrithus, and today we're going to be playing Slay the Spire. This is a wonderful little game that's been out for a little while, out of early access. Just actually kicked off its past 1.0 patch. It still claims early access down here, but it's definitely not at this point. We now have mod support for the game, and today we are actually going to be taking a look at a particular mod, the Slimebound mod. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Slay the Spire, let's get into the action. And as Slay the Spire, you have various characters that you can choose. Go through the spire itself. And each of these characters has their own special decks associated with them. And this is our character today, Mr. Slime. Big Daddy Slime. Alright. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this video is dedicated to my first subscriber, Coolman756. Thank you very much for your support. I know you love this game. We're gonna have some fun today. Alright, so when you first jump into the Spire, you can see there's a couple little options that you have available. These are randomized based on, as Mr. Whaleface says, reach the boss to receive more blessings, so you get more options and different available options depending on how far you progress through the Spire. This time, I'm going to go with enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. That is going to kind of trivialize our first several fights here. Now the map that you see before you is the various paths we can take up the Spire. Once we get to the very top here, we'll fight the boss of the floor. It looks like it's going to be a slime battle. Giant Slime King versus me, Slimebound. Alright. And our first fight is also against a couple slimes. So powerful. This mod actually has some interesting interactions with the other slime characters in the Spire. Now, the Slimebound's main mechanic right now, the starting artifact that he gets, is the Heart of Goo, split into a random slime at the start of combat. And the split mechanic is every time you split, you lose 3 HP, you spawn a slime minion who attacks at the start of your turn. Now, that's accepting the very first turn. So every other turn after this one, the slimes spawn in these orb slots, which this is based on another character from the base game of Slay the Spire called the Defect, who had various orbs that he had additional effects associated with it. It's a neat little modification to it. While the slime is alive, your max HP is reduced by 3 HP, so as you see, instead of having 75 HP, we instead have 72. You see a little bit of our health bar is greened out, slimed. Very thematic, I like it. Now, these are our enemies, and as we can see what they're planning to do. So when we hit end turn, we're gonna, after we've used our abilities, which we have energy over here, they're going to attack us. This one's going to attack for 10, this one for 5. Enemies will have various abilities that they can use. They will either buff themselves, debuff you, defend, or attack, or any combination of those as well. And as we go through, we'll be able to see various abilities that'll be used against us. It's quite interesting. First off, we're just gonna knock these out real quick. Much as I love watching the various interactions, like, pretty sure they say, "Ooh, he's so powerful!" Scared of the big slime, who's going to consume them all. Alright. After the different combats, and for instance after this one, we have a choice of 3 cards that we can add to our deck. This is our basic deck right now. Not a whole lot to it. Some basic attack cards, some basic defense cards, a split, and a corrosive spit. That applies goop, which you can read there. Next attack, it deals increased damage consuming the goop effect and healing you for half the amount consumed. Half of goop is removed at the end of the turn. It's really useful for getting a lot of damage on one target and also for healing yourself up a little bit. Which, as the slime, we go through a lot of health back and forth, so we want to get all the healing we can do. These are some interesting first cards. Vicious Tackle. Deals 12 damage and 5 damage to yourself. This gains twice the damage bonus from goop. So it makes the alpha strike of the goop a little harder. But you also deal damage to yourself, which is somewhat mitigated by the goop itself. Form of Puddle. Game 1 intangible. So for basically just to counteract some major damage incoming. Don't have enough block, this can actually come in handy. It only lasts for 1 turn, and then it's exhausted, which means it's removed from your deck until the end of combat. So it won't become available to us until the following combat. And finally, Acid Gelatin. Whenever you are attacked, apply 2 poison to the attacker. As you can see here, poison creatures lose HP at the start of their turn. Each turn, poison is reduced by 1. Go ahead and grab this power. I like powers. Nice. That one's a little underwhelming, but here we almost didn't even get a strike to take out the job. Another easy fight because of our basic blessing. More cards. Growth Punch. This is a very interesting card. Deal 6 damage, increase this card's damage permanently by 1, and you exhaust it. So this is a single punch. Every time you play this card in the entire game, its damage goes up by 1. This has the potential to be incredibly powerful, assuming you can play it every combat. Other than that, not anything I particularly want. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Haven't got to play around with that one too much in any of my previous playthroughs, but it's very interesting. Now the question marks on the spire could be any number of things. In this case, it's an event for a wing statue. Different options available for you. Either pray to remove a card from your deck, which can be useful. Some people might wonder, why would you ever want to remove cards from your deck? Well, sometimes your deck can get too large. Maybe you can't get to the card that you actually want. Right now, it's not going to be an issue. I have 12 cards in the deck, and 2 of them are exhaust cards, so those will be basically removed from the shuffling. And then another one's power, which will also be removed once it's played. So essentially I have 9 cards to cycle through in my deck. That's not very many. So I'm just gonna go right on by. Now in this case, it's just the cultist. He still only has 1 HP. And instead of just killing him this turn, which I think of it, I can't, because I didn't actually draw any strikes. Oh, well. Forgot. My slime's gotta finish him off. Sad day. Won't get to Growth Punch this time. Coming back to bite me. Alright. We got another exhaust card to apply 2 goop to a random enemy 4 times. Exhaust, that's actually pretty decent for a 1-cost card, especially on a single target. Toxin Strike. Deal 3 damage if the enemy is poisoned. Trigger the poison's end of turn effect. This could be handy. We already have a card that'll poison. Let's pick it up. Alright, this icon on the Spire map is the shop. Our handy, friendly merchant. The really creepy mask. Here we have an assortment of cards that we can select from. Various artifacts that we can purchase if we had the money. We don't have the money. A couple special elixirs that were added by this mod. Not sure how I feel about them unless they were a permanent effect. But typically, potions have a very limited effect. They can be very incredibly useful, like this energy potion. But overall, they're only going to last for that combat that you're in. You can also remove cards for a little bit of cost. That'll go up each time you use it. Again, removing cards for the same purpose, but serves no purpose for us right now. You like Slime Tap. We don't have a whole lot of splitting at the moment. We only have one split card. So if we lose our slimes, that's it. This over here is a campfire, which we can use to rest and or upgrade a card in our deck. As of right now, don't really have a whole lot. We could try and upgrade Growth Punch, which I think I may do. Just in case that would reset that. Oh wow, that I did not know. So an upgraded Growth Punch also grants you block, and that also increases by 1 every time you play it. That is fantastic. Uh-oh. His pants have been stolen! You come across a dead adventurer on the floor. His pants have been stolen. Plus it looks like he's been gouged and trampled by a horned beast. Though his possessions are still intact, you're in no mind to find out what happened here. Living dangerously. 25% chance to get the monster to return right off the bat. Ooh, got a happy flower. Let's see, we can find more loot. Half the chance the monster returns. Let's do it! No! Big old gremlin knob. This guy's gonna be a bit of a pain. Let's get a couple things out of the way real quick. Get a split so we can get our extra slime out. A leeching slime, that'll help mitigate some damage. Alright, deal 3 damage. Well, it's free, so let's use it. And strike. This guy is kind of a race to see who can kill each other first, which basically applies to most everything. This guy has a nasty little ability. Whenever you play a skill, he gains 2 strength. Now, as you can see here, each card has its own category. We already looked at powers earlier, and obviously attacks, which is what we've been using. Skills are usually not direct attack damage, they usually have some effect, like this goop, Life 4 goop. Every time we play one of these, he's going to basically gain permanently 2 extra damage. Not a good thing for us. Very quickly do what you can block. Right now he's at 59 HP. We're going to block 3 damage with his next attack. He could block 10 more. In reality, that's 6 more, because each time we play one, he gains 2 damage. The important thing is that he's going to gain 10 damage for the rest of the combat. So if you're not careful, you can basically superpower him in very short order. I'm actually going to use a potion right now. Give me a little extra block. I can soak 1 turn here without taking any extra damage. As you see, he got poisoned because he attacked me. Even though he didn't do any damage, he still got poisoned. Extra damage there, so he's down to 42. He's gonna attack us again, and we won't be able to block all this. Take our first real damage of the game. Now this is a little different. The game tells us he's got a strategic intent. He's planning to do 6 damage to us and do a negative effect. If I remember right, this will make us vulnerable. He's gonna bash us right over the head. Let's take a look. Skull Bash. Ouch. Vulnerable is a particularly nasty debuff, basically increasing the damage you take by a whole 50%, for however long the vulnerable lasts, in this case 2 turns. We've got him now. That's all. That actually went better than expected. And he gave us an extra little potion. So we got an artifact out of it. Some extra energy, which is really handy. More energy, more cards we can play. Venom Tackle. We're already kind of going the poison route. At least we have a couple cards that will help support that. I'm always hesitant on the tackles because of the damage that they can do back to you. But if you have enough self-healing, it works out. Oh, and I forgot to mention back on the map there, this icon, a horned minion icon, I guess you could call it, that indicates an elite, which are particularly difficult encounters. That actually, Gremlin Knob, we just fought there, is actually considered an elite. Just happened to show up outside of his normal location. Here, and see, Growth Punch Plus. Deals 7 damage in 2 block now. That was 6 damage in 1 block. Alright. First things first, get our Acid Gelatin going. And take a guard. Do what damage we can. Can't be afraid to take too much damage. We do have a little bit of leeway since we have this fire potion. Ooh, Dazed and Confused. Rather irritating ability, especially since I don't have a whole lot of cards in my deck. Here we go. Get rid of that one altogether. And split. Use this because it's 0 cost, and defend. We got 18 damage incoming, only 7 blocks, so we're going to take a little bit of damage here. More than I'd like, but it's just the way it goes. That'll knock off their artifacts. Their artifacts negate all debuffs for each stack of artifact that they have. So because they attacked me, it triggered my Acid Gelatin, which would have poisoned them, but it was negated by their artifact. Alright, this guy's got some soup on him. Let's add some more. And smash! Hit him for 12 and healed myself up for 3. So I got a little bit of that health back that they took from me. Neither of them are planning to attack, they're planning to do this dazed effect again. Let's go ahead and go all in on that one. Wobble, 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 wobble. Happy Flower proc. Not a whole lot we can play here, unfortunately. We're still working on this guy, though. What damage we can. Those Daze cards are taking up slots of cards we would otherwise use. They're gonna hit for 18 again. Thankfully, I still have a little bit of block. I'm only gonna take 11 damage here. That one's done for. Start working on this one. Unfortunately, that goop was down to 1, so all we got was the bonus 1 damage from it. It wouldn't heal us, because it only heals for half the amount. Unfortunately, we can't heal in half measures. Point playing A to defends right now. Wobble, 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 wobble. And we have just enough. 3 strikes. That'll finish him off. It's an elite combat down. Let's see what our reward is. Bag of marbles. Start of each combat, play 1 vulnerable to all targets. Enemies. Handy for first round, as long as we get some decent damage going. So the slime has a number of interesting cards. They're all relics. These are typically one-use cards with exhaust. Have a pretty interesting various effects, mainly debuffs. We have Tongue Lash, which is better depending on how many licks that you have in your deck. Finally, Finishing Tackle. Very high damage, and damage back to yourself. And if it kills an enemy, you gain 10 block. Can be very useful. It is also 2 energy, which I'm not a big fan of. I traditionally love playing as many cards as possible. And the higher the energy costs, the less energy I have, the fewer cards I can play, the more unhappy I am. That's just kind of the way it is. I'm gonna go with a Sampling Lick, because I love my 0-cost cards, and that will not clutter up my deck because it's exhaust. Until we get Dead Branch. If we get Dead Branch, which is an artifact, basically adds a card to your hand every time you play an exhaust card. So you get a card every time you exhaust one. Has some very interesting synergies with some of the stuff in this deck, because there are so many exhaust cards. Alright, so right now we can go either way. This way will lead to another elite, which I'm not convinced we're going to be able to take. However, it also leads up to 2 more question marks. Go through this path, 2 guaranteed lesser fights, and then a question mark. Either way, we are a long way from getting to rest, and we are decently low on HP. This is probably another knob, but it could also be another bad elite that I do not want to fight right now. Err on the side of caution. I'd rather take 2 normal fights than that elite fight. Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card into your deck. Could be useful, especially since I do plan to rest up here. Alright, first off, we have a Slaver. First things first. Lick. And smash! 13 damage, because he's vulnerable right now. We got to play everything. Still gonna hit us for 4, unfortunately. Most of that health, well, we got back from after licking him. Excellent. Got a growth punch. Keep that growth going. Now here, I could strike him for half his remaining health, or I could block all of his damage. I'm actually going to block all of his damage right now because I'm trying to preserve my health as much as possible. It also weakened me. It's less than ideal. However, it's not really going to matter. Defend. The return damage from the tackles that they have always go against your block first. So if you have block, you can prevent some of the damage that would otherwise be done to you. Right now, because of I'm weakened, I would do less damage. However, he's got 6 scoop on him. Alright, some more interesting cards here. Goop Spray. Apply 8 goop and 3 poison to all enemies. Very nice. And it's an exhaust card. Chomp, 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 chomp. Deal 4 damage twice. The enemy receives 4 additional damage from cards containing tackle this combat. Could be very useful, especially since this is not an exhaust card. This can be played multiple times. It'll also benefit from strength more, which we don't have anything that increases strength at the moment, but there's always a possibility that we will in the future. That could be very nice. Leeching Touch. Gain block equal to an enemy's goop. Interesting. Does less damage than the basic strike, though. Not sure I'd ever use it. At least if I had a choice over these 2 cards. Obviously, this one, 2 costs, and I've already gone over my opinion of 2 costs. Let's go with Chomp. I only have 1 tackle, but I like it. We've got a fungi beast. The rat with a mushroom on it. Poor, poor rat. Don't think I'd ever feel sorry for a rodent as much as I feel sorry for this rodent. We got another slime here. He plans to do something to us. Buddy, you're welcome to join the crew. Now, go ahead and punch this thing. Should have defended first. That was not a brilliant move on my part. That would have saved me a little bit of damage that I really didn't need to take. Oh well, mistakes were made. It's so strong! It's so strong, but you made me frail! Jump, 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 jump. Battered. Receives 4 more damage from cards containing tackle. I will hold off because I want a growth punch. It's a good bet that I'll get it here. Made me so frail. Yes, growth punch, ho! And finish off with a strike. Alrighty. Mega Lick. Another sampling lick. Either way, it's going to add 4 goop. This also applies weak, which is useful. And it's an AoE. Ah, why not? Click, 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 click. It's not creepy at all, I promise. I have no idea what he's planning to give me. Don't want to give up Venom Tackle. I don't want to give up energy. I have a decent amount of gold at the moment, though. So, why not? Okay. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. That is plenty solemn. Mask wearing hoodlums again. One of the many interesting things about this game, actually, is the various events that reference each other. You'll climb the spire, various people will accost you, and some of the events have direct interactions with one another. Nice, depending on what relics you have. Oh my, so many slimes! So many slimes! It's glorious. Let's see. Strongest one. There can be only one! And let's get rid of another acid slime. Very good. My slimes are greater than you. It's like us. Tell the boss! That's right, I'm coming for your boss. You all serve me. They're in me, below me. No, just in me. You're all gonna be devoured. Mega Lick! Oh, brutal. Brutality. Interesting to note that Chomp Chomp gained the damage from Goop twice. Did not know that. That is amazing. Alright. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna heal up a little more. I guess technically it's not a punch. It looks like a punch, but it's attack. Card says so. Card can't lie. More Goop. Give me my health. And card supply 2 additional Goop. Oh, Goop. Press the attack. Deal 8 damage if the enemy was Goop. Trigger roll to Slime's attack. Also nice. Spiky outer Goop. Gain 3 thorns and 3 plated armor. This is amazing. Thorns is always nice. Plated armor is nice. Oh. Such a hard choice. Gluttony, Goop, Gluttony, Goop, Gluttony, Goop. This is where I wish I could get someone else to make decisions for me. You're 1 cost, you're 2 cost. Really want to do you. You have such a limited usefulness, but flick. Yeah, let's go for it. Probably the worst decision I'll ever make. One of them. Eh. Yeah, that's a problem. Controlling the urge to use licks before playing Gluttony. So the Gluttony even has a use whatsoever. Probably gonna come back to bite me. I don't even care. Go ahead and block. Split and punch! Yeah. Take that damage. So this is a looter. Every time he attacks, I'm gonna lose my precious, precious gold. Don't worry, as long as we kill him, we'll get it back. Gluttony! Mega lick! Re-attack. And smack. He's gonna do 7 damage, we can block 5. So 2 damage incoming. I can live with that. Quit mugging me! How do you mug a slime? Pretty sure all my money should be inside me if it's not melted away. You really don't want to reach in there, dude. And thankfully we got Growth Punch before the end. Punch! Eventually I'm gonna be 1-punch slime. Slime Brawl. This is an absolutely hilarious ability. If you have a number of splits, you can have up to 10 slimes. So what this does is, when you play it, you draw, essentially, or you pick up and play every card based on the number of slimes that you have. Now, every time after you play those cards, they're exhausted, so they're out of your deck for the remainder of the combat. But that's playing up to 10 cards for a single card. The amount of damage, healing, defense, it's absolutely insane. Very interesting card. Especially, again, if you have the Dead Branch, which basically refunds your cards, so you don't end up milling yourself to death. 8 goop and 3 poison to all enemies. Very nice, especially because poison. Opening tackle, though, it's very interesting. It gives you a random extra card to the hand, which you can play immediately for 0. This, I don't mind being a 2 cost because that is a lot of power in a single card. Like that it's using the clothesline graphic. I'm really tempted to do this, especially since I do have Chomp Chomp, which increases the damage of my tackles. In fact, I'm going to pick it up because we need more cards that aren't exhausted at the moment. And we're finally to a campfire. We can rest, which will heal us for 30% of our maximum HP, 22 at the moment, which would put us back on top. Or Smith. I'm going to check this out just to take a look what it's got here. So Chomp to Chomp Plus gains an extra damage, which is in reality 2 damage. And then the enemy receives an additional 1 damage from every card containing tackle. Goop. Gluttony goes just 1 extra goop. Mega Lick goes to 2 weak and 6 goop. Opening Tackle gives you an upgraded tackle card and 2 additional damage. Very nice. You attack to add 3 poison to attacker. Toxin Strike. That starts to be a bit more powerful. If we had more poison, it would be even more so. So far, we've only got 2 sources of poison, and 1 requires us to be attacked. More goop, more block. Split into a random slime. Split into a random slime. It goes to 0 cost. Okay. Wait, what was the difference there? Alright, and just more goop. Goop, goop, goop. Well, I'm going with Mega Lick, because an extra round of weak will pay for itself. Big slime! Well, he's got my hat. I want that hat. That hat should be mine. Wear that hat! His gimmick is when he's at 50%, he'll split. He'll split into 2 smaller slimes. So he's not going to do anything for this moment. Some stuff rolling. So as soon as he hits 70 HP is when he'll split. So if we time stuff just right, we can make it so that his slimes that he splits into are not nearly as powerful. This will put us directly at it. Hold it. And for good measure, let's make you as weak as humanly possible. Probably the easiest boss in Slay the Spire, in my opinion. You can just abuse his primary mechanics so well. And he was kind enough to give us some useful slime when he slimed us earlier. Very kind. Like that senior that looks out for you. Even though he's just trying to groom you to eat you. Let's see. Opening tackle. Versus let's go. Choose you. Just gonna tackle this one and hope for another opening tackle. So mean. So very mean. Alright, well. Both of these have the same split mechanic, and both of them just got beat to the ground. Good times are had by all. Split. What is it doing? You can never stop me. Useful slime. Mega Lick! Oh, I would feel bad. Still kind of do. Chomp, 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 chomp! Maybe you're allowed to do damage. Not the damage, all the goop. Really wish I had an AoE card to go with that AoE goop. It would be a lot of delicious healing. And block. No damage. Yay, more slime. These guys are too kind. Not that it mattered, but still. So kind. Alrighty. That's some rare cards. The golden border up here indicates the rarity of the card itself. These are ones that you're not likely to see from the common mobs that you fight as rewards. All of these are beautiful. I love them, each and every one. Let's go over. Prepare Crush. On your next turn, gain 3 energy and 3 strength. That is permanent strength. And add Slime Crush to your hand. Slime Crush is a 5-cost ability that deals like 50 some odd damage. Yeah, 50 damage. It's quite silly. Mass Feed. This is the AoE attack I was talking about before. Deal 10 damage to all enemies for each non-minion enemy killed. Raise your maximum HP by 3. Exhaust. Another card that has potential to grow your character almost infinitely, depending on how lucky you are with drawing it at the appropriate time or how patient you are. Very good card. And duplicated form. Lose 10 HP and 10 max HP this combat. Gain 1 extra energy each turn. The first card you play each turn that targets enemies is played twice. Basically, any direct attack, goop, or whatever that specifically targets enemies gets replicated for free. So, say we had a mass feed, and this was active. We played mass feed at the start of the turn, it would be played twice. So say we killed like some of the enemies with the first mass feed, got our HP up, but didn't kill all of them. Well, then the second one procs, and maybe that kills them all. This is a card that basically multiplies the value of other cards. Very, very good. However, you need to have those cards. We don't at the moment. So I could take this, and it would be somewhat of a risk. Don't get me wrong, it's still an amazing card in and of itself. Or I could take this, potentially grow myself. That relies more on skill. And, well, still a fair bit of luck, too. But skill that it's very questionable to say that I have. This is a very simple card. It's very satisfying. It's because Slime Crush is hilarious. And I want to pick it up simply because Slime Crush. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. It's okay. Okay. We don't have a lot of cards in our deck. We have 20 right now, so that would heal us 12 HP. And that's just by entering the rest site. That could remove the necessity to actually rest at the rest site. Ding ring. This is from another mod. As you can see there, it says the Construct. I just saw this item at the end of my previous run, which was an endless run. Once Upon pickup, choose 2 cards once per turn. After you play one of them, play the other one too. Yeah, this is powerful because it gives you free, basically a free ability. You have cards that synergize very well with one another. We don't really have any of those at the present. However, what I will do, I'm going to bind Growth Punch with Prepare Crush. What that means is, whenever I play Growth Punch, it will also play Prepare Crush for free. Or, if I play Prepare Crush, it will also play Growth Punch for free. Obviously, I want to do it one way and not the other. Because one's a lot cheaper than the other. We'll see how this works out. Since I'm going to go up the right side. There's a couple unique events for the slime as well, which is what I'm hoping to get. One of them includes a little buddy Greed Slime, which is really handy. Alright, our first combat is with birds. Bird. Good. Oh, this is beautiful. Lick. I almost feel bad for what's about to happen to them. So each time they attack me, they're going to get 2 poison. Each of these is attacking 5 times. Ergo, they're going to each get 10 poison. They're not going to be able to do any damage. This guy's just going to buff himself up, so I'm just going to smack him upside the head, because he deserves it. These 2, may they rest in peace. I feel bad for them. And they're going to do it again. So I have no need to even worry about them in the slightest. I really wish I had gotten a... Their gimmick is this flight. Receive 50% less attack damage. Cancelled if dealt attack damage 3 times in 1 turn. I don't have that ability right now. I have 1 strike, 2 strike, and then an opening tackle. I take it back, I do have that ability right now, and I'm a dummy. Because opening tackle is amazing, and adds a free tackle. So let's go ahead and punch you. And then punch you again. Because I'm taking damage. It's awful. I hate it. But he's down. So he can't do any damage to me whatsoever. And these guys are just going to murder themselves. Back. Give me Growth Punch. Yes, you did. Slime Crush! Unfortunately, we won't get to see that this time because, well, they're dead. Your strength and dexterity, completely and utterly worthless for me. It's another item from the Construct mod. Sometimes having too many mods can be not a good thing for us. However, this is also from that mod, so I don't feel bad. Apply 2 damage, apply 2 poison, heal 2 HP. It looks tasty. Adding another lick card to the hand. Oh, I love 0 cost cards. I love playing more cards. This is also a 0 cost card. This is essentially 2 cards in one, because if I play it properly... This is a free heal, which is very handy. Go with it. Looks tasty, though. Kind of going with that whole Slime devours all theme, in case you haven't noticed. Or Slime crushes all. Slime does what Slime wants. Take a lick. Tasty. Followed by another Mega Lick. Chomp chomp. Oh, so brutal. Brutality. Brutal. Almost one-turned him. We played every card in our hand. That makes me a happy camper, even though we are going to take 14 damage. I admire Slime, you did not make the right decision with your life. Very disappointed in you. Alrighty. Well, go away. Or goop. I'm gonna basically do damage to myself and heal myself for the damage I do to him. No really other options at the moment. Let's go! I'm money! Don't feel if they should take damage for just daring to fish into my innards. Growth punch! On you. Could be one punch slime. More licks. Also, Leech Energy. Deal 3 damage, draw a card if the enemy has poison. We are going with poison. Fair bet. This also applies poison, though. It's lick. Lick, 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 lick. Lick! Go licks. Go licks or go home. A long line of hooded figures can be seen entering an unassuming cathedral. Naturally, you join the line, and are quickly surrounded by cultists. They ignore you as they gleefully chant and wave their weapons around. Murder, 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 murder! Ka-ka-ka! Murder, murder, murder! Ka-ka-ka! Buy a donation box. So we can attain some free gold, or we can stay in line and obtain a ritual dagger. Very interesting card. Deal 15 damage if this kills an enemy, permanently increase this card's damage by 3. Very similar to our growth punch, other than the fact that our growth punch doesn't need to murder anybody. Grow. That's card damage by 3. Quite nice. I suppose I could actually find a use for this, so let's grab it. Decide to stay in line out of fear. I object. I completely object. See what will happen. Eventually, you are face to face with the leader. Well-dressed cultist hands you an ornate dagger. Like the others before you, you slash your forearm and let the blood drip into a misshapen bowl. Cultists chant and holler for you. Ah, caw. You chant too. Why not? Yes, we've all dealt in blood sacrifice. Our own blood, not others. Not monsters. Oh no, not matching cards. I hate this. Match them to keep them. 5 tries, no do-overs. Are you ready? I sure ain't. Wall form blockade. Strike. Trip. Walls. Oop. And trip. Could be worse. Could have gotten a Curse. I got a couple cards out of it. Not particularly great cards, but they are cards. That's gelatin. Lick. Living Wall. That should block all the damage incoming to me. Get a great first hand. Hey, there's one of the cultist buddies. I wonder how he'll feel being murdered with his own dagger. Ooh, there's about to be some brutality going on here. Let's split. Hey, Roser Slime. Now, chomp, 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 chomp. So it gets the damage bonus twice, but it does not get the healing bonus twice. Too bad. I can live with it. A little bit of healing there too. That goes away. Suffer! I've been hexed! Whenever you play a non-attack card, shuffle one Dazed into your draw pile. We saw what Dazed was before when those diamond constructs were like wobble, 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 wobble. Not a fan. But you know what? That Chosen looks kind of tasty. I think we're gonna get along great. Goofy first. Oh, don't wobble me. And I think I'm gonna lick you again. And then... tackle! Well... tackle again! Well... I think I've seen this before. Where in my own body? Tackle harder. Click. But brains are overrated. Brains have no place in a slime. Hunger drives all. Form a blockade, split into a leeching and mire slime, gain 3 block plus 3 block for each one of your spawn slimes. Would be good if we had more slime spots and lots of slimes. We do not. Finishing tackle, word tackles are always good. This one has a higher base damage and higher damage to yourself. More licks. Licks for days. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is pointless for us to do. Doesn't improve the base card in any way, all it does is reduce the energy cost, and we don't plan to play that directly. Ritual Dagger Plus, on the other hand, that's very nice. Of course, we got 0 use out of that this last time. Random lick card, goop, goop, goop. Already looked at that one. Trip Plus, supply 2 vulnerable to all enemies. Much better. So many choices, so many choices. This is just 3 damage. It's not interesting enough. 2 goop, 2 block. 2 block, 2 goop. Plus it is. Give me good event. You did not give me a good event. You gave me probably one of the worst possible fights I could fight in here right now. Thank you, game. So kind. Alright. Where's that? That. Shoot you again. Spit on you. Spit at you. And chomp, 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 chomp. Almost murdered the priest. Hey, mystic. Whatever it is. Knight plans to hurt us. Let's see. Just realized we didn't get to use our growth punch last time either. Kind of a failure on my part. Okay, so 18 damage. That'll break through his block and give us just enough to murder him. Farewell, Mystic. Buff at my body. Probably a complete waste of a potion. I'd still fine with it. Growth punch. Oh, you silly, silly thing. I'm actually not even gonna bother attacking you anymore this turn. You're gonna hurt. Do 24. I'm gonna block out to 9. That's gonna get through, rather. You know what? It's all worth it. You got Slime Crush! Not only that, lick. Slime Crush. 63 damage. Crush. Heal a little bit back. Gotta love Slime Crush. More poison, more licking. Ooh, Acid Tongue. Apply 1 poison whenever you apply a goop. Another poison. More lick. No, it's not Snake Plant. On receiving an attack damage, gain 3 block. Block gain increases as malleable is triggered. Reset to 3 at the start of your turn. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. Ain't gonna like it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Slime Crush! And that triggered my growth punch, which is hitting like a truck when they're vulnerable. You look tasty. Farewell, Snake Plant. No one shall mourn your passing. You got a Slime Crush. Alright, more Toxin Strike. Feel our pain. Next 2 times you would lose HP on your turn, an enemy takes that much damage instead. So that basically turns our tackles into more damage. I can get behind that. Auto lightning. Oh yes. Do I want to do? What to do? Having Megalick seems like a great idea as a starter. Trip is also very nice. So minimize incoming damage. Having consistent weak. We already have vulnerable in the first turn. Yep, Megalick. No! Give up our 412 gold, or fight, and yeah, fight. There's no question. All shall be devoured by the slime. More goo. So, 8 damage, and another lick card. Or 23 damage. Yeah. Yeah. Get hurt. And get hurt again. You know, it's done that every single time, it feels like. It's not that I'm complaining, but... That went about as well as I could have hoped. Grab 'em, bear! Not my dex. I do so much blocking. I mean, that is what you see a slime do, right? Block. Feel my pain. Guaranteed kill. Oh, well, I had block. I'm a dummy. I are dumb. Dum 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 dum. And block. Or bear. I have to do it. Just compels me. He's gonna die regardless, so I won't get to dagger him. The slime crush. Red mask. And now we have weak at the start of combat. Okay. Equalizer plus, deal 10 damage, heal 10 HP. This card is played twice at below 8. You have maximum HP. Why not? That's amazing. 10 HP heal is nothing to scoff at by any means. Alrighty. So, normal fight, event, normal fight, rest, or elite, normal fight, question mark, event, something, normal fight, rest. Let's go elite. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Get this out of here. Not a very good starting hand, regrettably. Like you. Done that better. Starting to notice a little bit of lag. I wonder if that's from the mods, because this game typically doesn't have much for lag issues. Yep, gonna do it. Punch somebody. Punch you. All the healing I can. Block the majority of the incoming damage at least. I'm sorry, but you boys have failed to account for Slime Crush! You look tasty. Alright, they're still weakened. That's handy. Still gonna take a decent amount of damage coming in here. Go ahead and weaken you further. Wounding me. Not really sure how you wound a slime, but he's doing it. Also not really sure how I trip someone as a slime either, unless I'm kind of coiling around their feet, and in that case wouldn't I just be eating them anyway? Yeah. You can have that, and then you can be tackled. You can be tackled. I don't want to deal with your shenanigans. Just die. Yes, I will definitely always have growth punch. Thank you. Appreciate it, game. Alright. Not really doing much with my slimes at the moment. They're just kind of there. Which is kind of odd, because usually I'm all about the slimes everywhere. Quick study's interesting. Add a random Spire boss card to your hand. We haven't gotten to experience Spire boss in this run so far. And it's somewhat complicated, so I'm not even going to bother trying to explain it. I'm bad at words. Like, Hercule punch. Not below 10 HP. Punch him anyway. Punch, 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 punch. Tackle, tackle, tackle. Knock on wood. So, what you're saying is... Slime Crush! Yeah, sounds about right. More goop? Goop. Ah! Tasty. Like. Ah. Thanks for all the health, guys. Really appreciate it. So tasty. Each energy card draw for free. Pretty much. I passed this up before. I I'm up to 30 cards in my deck. Ew. That's not ideal. Yeah, let's go for it. Hey, merchant buddy. I have money. Break block, too vulnerable. We got power upgraded. That's nice, that's very handy. And letter opener. 3 skills, deal 5 damage to everyone. Berry in a bottle. Almost can't give that up. Probably will. I probably shouldn't. Color pan, we got it. We got it. We don't have it. We're not. We're already too far ahead into the non-splitting side of things for that to matter. Tackle, roll through, get hit. Dramatic entrance. We can probably get away with not using so many cards. Buy block. How many skills we got? 1, 2, 3, because we just removed 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So half of our deck are skills. That makes this okay. It isn't a single turn, but it's not impossible. Nice extra damage. Go ahead, grab my fairy. Slimes love fairies. Don't quote me on that. Not a Snecko! Look at those atomic eyes. That's tri-pupils or something. It's just creepy. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And well, Snecko. Better hope I don't get trip. You better hope that if I get trip, it costs more than 1. So close. That's so very close. I'm not gonna waste a 10 potion for this. No. Go, Bruiser Slime. Potion? Don't mind if I do. Level up. Potency. That increases the damage of all your slimes. Just the damage, not their effects. Not very useful for me at all at the moment. Amazing if you're running a minion deck. Also known as slime deck. Slime. Vicious Tackle. Could synergize amazingly well because of how much goop we have in the deck. And it's a tackle, so it'd be increased by various things. But I think you all know what I'm going to use. It's all about the licking. 3 times. 2 random Spire Boss cards. Gain energy if they have goop. That makes this card significantly better. And Collector. Hold on to this. That's... yeah. Pretty nice, actually. And punch. This guy loves summoning minions, so that's why I'm holding off. So it does apply to my little slimes as well. Good. This is actually something that also would apply to minions. I just realized that because it doesn't say that it's prevented by minions. Soften everybody. Gonna take a fair bit of damage here. Normally against Collector you want to murder his minions ASAP. Typically he buffs them, but he's just some single-minded fury going on here. 18. Not enough. Oh, yeah. Okay. Give me another slime. Not really playing too carefully since I do have a fairy in a bottle. Not that worried. Probably should be. I'm already in the danger zone. But I'm not. Gar. Gar. I am not yours, thank you very much. I am my own slime. Slime does what he wants. And if you take issue with that, I'm just sorry for you. I'm just gonna have to get over it. Should have done this first, but my brains ain't thinking. Guess what? We're under half health. Ain't anymore. I bet you feel bad now. Feels bad, don't it, Collector? Adios. As sad as it is that we didn't finish him off with Slime Crush, at least it got used. Ah. Good old Super Split. No, I've already committed. Must resist. The Super Split. Alright. See what we got. Oh, what in the world? At the end of each turn, retain a random card. It costs one less energy next turn. Interesting, interesting. Let's drop an additional relic when defeated. Don't give crap. The elites in the next floor are awful. Broken card round. Gain extra energy at the start of your turn. Future card rewards have 2 less cards to choose from. I'm fine with that. We're already inflated with cards. So, moving on. Oh no! Possibly worst possible boss for me to fight. Starting to feel like Hook. How can I weasel out of this so I don't fight like any elites at all? Because I hate the elites on this floor. No, I hate most everything on this floor. You shall soon see why. First things first, though. Growth Punch! Preparing to crush. Hi. Didn't even get to crush. Gene Touch Plus. Already got too many other cards that are dependent on goop. My brains! Where have my brains been? I'm forgetting about this card. Punch! What is it doing? Beyond. That's right. It's an invasion and a slime. Gonna slime crush you in the face. Da-dun. Da-dun. Now I'm out of energy. You can have this. You can has death. Ah. You're regrowing. Spire. It's tasty. Farewell. Food for my growth. Finishing tackle. Skip. Probably gonna regret this. Yep. Bite strike. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. Shark? Please don't be something awful. Yep, madness. Madness is the gift that's been given. Don't have the thing that upgrades these automatically to Madness Plus. Alright. Cards. Too many cards. Okay. Punch. Doesn't like you. You've got goop. Draw a card if he has poison. I have poison. He will not hit. Got some up. Cool. That'll gain energy. Oh, the game didn't enjoy that. I did. Oh well. Now my hope is that I can actually finish this without my game crashing or something. It's never actually crashed on me, but lag is not filling me with hopes and dreams at the moment. Tasty. Fine. Everything's fine. Tackle, tackle, tackle. We're good. Tackle. Too many cards. Too many. Myth. Madness free. No, I hate this guy. This guy is the worst. It's the target training dummy. Something like that. Alright, this guy's gimmick, as you see, has 999 health. And he's fading away, so he's going to die in 5 turns. Every time he loses HP, whether it be from attack, poison, whatever, he loses that much strength, which basically every time he loses strength lowers his damage. But now he's going to hit for 22. Which he's not going to hit me for anything at all because Growth Punch is going to punch him out. So my first 2 turns are guaranteed. They're completely fine. Don't care. It's after that that's going to be a pain. To be a major, major pain. I have to do this to start with. Not to mention that'll help boost my strength going forward. I also need to apply poison. That's all I can do. Now, if that negative strength is permanent, it'd be awesome. It's not. However, I should be able to keep the poison rolling. Healing. Like that. Help. It's Slime Crush! Some decks are pretty hilarious with this guy, where basically will never, ever, ever, ever do any damage to you whatsoever. Split into a cultist slime. Oh, that makes me laugh. That is hilarious. That'll help. That will definitely help. Oh, I'm, again, apparently brain dead, because this should have been the very first thing I played. Alright, gonna take some damage here. Gonna take some damage. hold out for 2 more turns. Okay. Well, first, I'm gonna have to say you look tasty still. I'm gonna make you a little longer. Poison. Black poison. There, do no damage. Fine with that for now. At this point, we've at least basically guaranteed our safety, since worst comes to worst, I still have Fairy in a bottle. He would have hit for 70. Not okay with that. Not even the slightest bit. Chomp chomp. What? Beautiful! Please go away and never bother me another day. Be gone. Alright. Abagio. Go ahead and upgrade the other madness. On scales, 3 thorns. Don't mind if I do. This is a special event. Booming voice echoes the spire. Betrayer! That doesn't really sound like a slime voice to me, but I'm going with it. Hulking slime quickly catches up to you. How does he quickly catch up to me? Blocking your path forward. It appears it isn't happy with one of its own minions going rogue. It's abandoned the exordium to hunt you down and absorb you. Boy, I already smashed you. Did it once? I can most certainly do it again, even if you have more HP than last time. I'll show you what a real slime crush is. You. Sick. Sick. Toxin. Oh yeah. Out that. Slime crush! So, about that, Mr. Slime Boss. I think we're gonna have to see other people. Rather, you could come with me permanently. Started combat, add a Slay the Spire card to your hand. It costs 0. Looks like we're gonna be talking about that after all. Hey, rejuvenate. Alright, well, let's see what we've got. 2 Spire Boss. Ooh, bonus goop. I can't believe I overlooked that before. Lag. Growth path least resistance. Oh, that's just. Oh, that's just mean hearted. Let's see. Block, gain strength. Explosive damage. Right now, since I know what the boss is ahead, I'm trying to plan. That's just such a good card for this. So all the goop, all the poison. Oh, I would rather fight an elite than this boss. This boss, this horrible monstrosity of a thing. Okay. Brief rundown of what Slay the Spire was. Basically, it draws from a pool of cards that are fashioned around the various bosses in Slay the Spire. All of them have various unique effects. Each turn, after the turn that you play the card, you gain a particular card that's after one of those bosses. In this case, we have the Collector, who is someone we've already fought. The second boss that we murder-lated. So, next turn we'll be getting an interesting card. Whether or not we'll play it, well, we're probably gonna play it because I'm pretty sure it costs 0, so. Moving on. Also, you may not have noticed, but I am sporting my spiffy bowler hat. Your shenanigans around here. Oh no, he's gonna parasite me, I think. Ew. It's me hard. I'm not a fan. Collect. Gain 1 strength and 1 potency. Gain 5 block. Exhaust. Not a bad card. Now, it's completely pointless at the moment since we're just going to Slime Crush! Yeah, probably should have done this first, but reasons. And Nicholas? It's more cards for the deck. Who cares about an efficient deck anymore? Let's just do more cards, more cards. Hey, I haven't... What? What? Why? Why? Just... Aha. Please tell me that they, like, combo together and turn into a giant mouth. Yeah? This fire? Study the champ! I'm Ripple. I slip. Let's see, who wants to get punched? Eeny, meeny, miny. Go. He started with like 3 strength. It just seems like cheating. Punch you? Bye. And not on you. Sure, y'all felt like you spent your turn effectively. If all debuffs get 1 strength or 3 strength, half HP. So that's... you can die. And you can be crushed. Thanks for the free fight, guys. Alright. One last stop. Goop. Poison. Distinct nature. Slime. Get 2 cards for the price of 1. And now, it's the moment of truth. We really can't be going into this much better than we are right now. Full health, full potions, including a fairy, and decent assortment of artifacts. Oh, Time Eater. Oh, I hate these. This guy's shtick. Time Warp. Whenever you play 12 cards, that's me, ends your turn, and he gains 2 strength. That's it. It's like, no, you don't get to play anymore. Take your stuff and go home. 1 card. 2 cards. He also plans to smack me for 19 and debuff me right now. So he's got 6 on him, so this will hit for 12, 24. It didn't count as like 2 separate cards, so that's fine. This, on the other hand, this counts as 2 separate cards. It's kind of like what I thought. Tackle for you. Here's a flame temple for you. So I can play 5 more cards before he says no. My drawings always. Holy beam. Who am I? Yeah, okay. It's like, who am I studying right now? Donu and Deka. Seems appropriate to be studying another tier boss. Fighting one. Well, first of all, anything I can do to increase the damage? No, it's crush. I want to force his turn here since he's not going to be attacking me anyway. He also looks like he's going to try and debuff me again. I have this artifact potion which should prevent at least 1 debuff going on. Whether or not it'll be enough to block everything. Get rid of something, at least. You chunk through his armor. Donu's power. Gain 1 strength. Add a random attack card to your hand. Cost 0 this turn. We got combo tackle. Tackle. And an upgraded defense. Alright. And mistakes were made again. Applied all that to goop before tackling. Ew, parasite. Get out of me. Alright, first and foremost, let's say it looks tasty. Split. Polybeam. And I'll defend. Ugh. Alright. That didn't feel good, did it? Better not heal himself, I will be upset. Oh, he totally healed himself, I'm somewhat upset. That is my shtick, you're not allowed to heal yourself. suddenly not looking too good. It's suddenly looking like I'm probably going to lose. Fairy in the bottle was not quite enough. Tragedy has struck. Well, all good things must come to an end. This poor slime, well, his journey is over. I do believe another one will rise again to take his place as true ruler of the Spire. I mean, come on. I killed 2 slime bosses on the way up. I was clearly the alpha slime. Just... apparently my lick deck just couldn't lick hard enough. Speaking of licks... if I exhausted a slime crush, that would be 5 licks. So many licks. Licks for days. Alrighty. Well. Defeat. And that's gonna be it for today's session of Slay the Spire. Really want to thank everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and if you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them if I can. Once again, thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.